locally, things we can control. And there have been some good things. If you haven't been able to catch up on the last SLO City Council meeting, you missed some big news. The SLO City Council voted to approve the design contract for the 101 Prado interchange. So great. But this is only the first step, and there are still some really big hurdles along the way to fund the construction. But with the design started, the city has taken those first steps to making this a reality. The council asked staff for updates along the way to determine the financial feasibility, but make no mistake, this was a very important step to make this a reality. Also, over the last few months, the County of SLO has formed an ad hoc housing steering committee under the leadership of Supervisor Ortiz-Legg and Paulding. This committee, which includes various stakeholders such as the Chamber, aims to increase the supply of affordable housing in the unincorporated areas of the county. The county elected and staff are looking for guidance on key decisions for housing programs and regulations. The first of these actions kind of focuses on encouraging multifamily dwellings, developing a strategic housing incentive program, promoting ADU development, and expanding the density bonus program. As part of this process, the county has been holding additional input meetings with stakeholder groups across the region. This is not something that's going to be solved with a silver bullet, but it is important that the county is engaging in the hard discussions to decrease the barriers to housing production at all income levels. So we will continue to update you on the work of this important committee, and thank Supervisor Ortiz-Legg and Paulding for leading this conversation. So housing is, of course, the #1 issue at the beginning of every conversation about our regional economy. With that in mind, I want to make sure you're all aware of the upcoming 2025 SLO County Housing Summit. This year's SLO County Housing Summit is taking place on March 13th from 2 to 5 p.m. at Embassy Suites. We have some great conversations planned for our attendees. If you recall, one of the most important groups that pushed for housing to be a priority in our community was the Under 40 or U40 group that got together almost exactly 10 years ago and led real policy changes on how we approach housing and helped deliver real housing projects. Well, the next generation of homeowners have picked up that torch of supporting housing policy and are running with it under the name Generation Build. We will feature a panel made up of representatives of Generation Build and the next generation of homeowners to discuss the real challenges that they face and the actions they are taking that will allow the next generation of homeowners the opportunity to make a life in San Luis Obispo. This event will also include a keynote address by Toni Atkins. She is the former State Senate Pro Tem and Speaker of the Assembly who's running for Governor of California in 2026. We will also have a moderated discussion with her on her thoughts around the issues surrounding the statewide housing crisis. The summit will conclude with a panel of community development and building department directors from the region, including Tinny Tway from the city of San Luis, Warren Frace from the city of Paso Robles, Megan Martin from the city of Grover Beach, and Trevor Key from the county of San Luis Obispo. Donna Lewis will facilitate this discussion on the current initiatives and challenges faced by these governing organizations in creating housing. The day promises to offer valuable insights and takeaways essential for this community's continued growth. We have big things that can happen on the Central Coast with future-focused industries, but make no mistake about it. It is housing that will be one of the key deciding factors on whether we thrive or whether we stagnate from here on out. To obtain tickets, use the QR code displayed or visit slochamber.org events page. More information can also be found in recent emails from the SLO Chamber and the Home Builders Association. I thank you, and I look forward to seeing you there. And that concludes our legislative update.